The Israeli Prime Minister's conclusion is that the answer is more colonization, more dispossession, more displacement, more violence. At a time where the situation in Gaza requires the full attention of the international community to stop the bloodshed and address the tremendous human suffering of our people, Netanyahu is seeking electoral gains on the blood of Palestinians and even Israelis. This requires a strong international response before it is too late, as impunity is the reason for the persistence and escalation of these crimes. Nothing was done by Israel to stop this violence. On the contrary, everything was done to fuel it. So it is the Israeli government that must be considered responsible for it, at par with the settlers committing it, with the support of the Israeli occupation forces.
But while Israel upholds its end of the deal, the main problem remains: Hamas has refused to disarm. But Hamas doesn't feel any pressure because the UN and this Council refuse to call them out, to weaken them, to pressure them. Don't find it. This statement is missing Hamas. They are not mentioned even once. And I ask myself why? Why can't the UN call Hamas by name? Is the Secretary General telling you not to do that? Is the UN afraid? Afraid to say Hamas? Afraid of the governments that fund Hamas terrorism? This failure to call out terrorists by name and designate them must end now. I now speak directly to Hamas. The ball is in your court. Either you disarm, either you give up power voluntarily, or Israel will do what is necessary. Mr. President, while Israel is fighting terrorism at home, New York is becoming the latest battlefield. Last week, Mayor Mamdani accused our Prime Minister of being a war criminal and accused our nation of committing genocide. Hours later, a Jewish man walked out of his synagogue on the Upper West Side. He was stabbed by a radical who yelled, "Allahu Akbar." When the mayor of New York City uses his microphone to demonize Israel, terrorists with weapons get the message. Some attack with guns, some attack with screwdrivers, some attack with lies. It is all the same because it all leads to the same result: violence against Jews. Mr. President, Israel understands the challenges of a democracy fighting against terrorism.